everybody who loves me knows who I am, and that's all I'm saying.
There you go. That was a mic drop. I feel like every time I talk to you, I'm like, you are so busy. You're one of the busiest people I know. And now you have this new partnership that we need to talk about. Yes. Tell us all about it.
Tenna came to me and I decided to partner with them because they want to keep it real. You know, I keep it real. And we want to talk to women about real things, about aging, about menopause, about continence. I think it's everything that Tenna represents, I feel like, is what we need to talk about. So many times I feel like we talk about superficial things, but let's talk about women's health. Let's, getting older is a privilege, right? Because the alternative we don't want. So I think it's important to, help one another out, talk about things that are considered taboo, but in essence, we all are going through it. And I think it's okay.
So what's your biggest advice for someone that's just, not really, they're afraid to open up? And, we know you are open. You're open about a lot of things. So what would you tell that woman?
I would say go for it. Go for it. Talk to a girlfriend. If you want to start off with maybe your doctor, maybe your, OBGYN, and asking questions. And I feel like so many times we go into the doctor's office and we're not prepared because we should have a list of like, my body's feeling this. I'm noticing this. Can we talk about that? And I think it's just go for it. No one's going to shame you. And that's what I love about what Tenna's doing. It's really getting women to talk about real things without any shame, without any stigma. Let's just connect.
Which you are no stranger to. You are the one person, you're always open. And why is that, Garcelle? Why are you so open?
I don't know how not to be. Honestly, I really don't. I don't think there's anything that that we should hide from. This is my life, I am grateful to be here. It's been a long journey, thank you, God. But it's all ups and downs. It's real life. We all go through things. And the fact that I'm open is just to make other women feel like it's okay. Like, I'm no different. Yes, I get to lead a glamorous life at times, but I'm really like everybody else. I've been pulling my hair out with my kids being, on Zoom for the past year and a half, and I'm sick of them. I want them out of the house. It's just life.
It's just,
what am I going to do?
Exactly. Well, one taboo topic is sex. I mean, it can be. But you're over here with your podcast being so open and so real. I feel like open is the word of this interview. It's like, I'm just going to keep throwing it out. So
open than own it.
Very true. And so, with your podcast, why was it important for you to talk about sex?
Because when my friends are at my house, that's what we talk about. We talk about all things. We talk about motherhood, parenting, relationships, friendships, and sex always ends up being the topic that we talk about the most. And so I feel like it's liberating. I feel like nowadays women can own their sexuality. Look at Cardi B, look at Megan Thee Stallion, and and on and on and on. I think it's time that we are not ashamed that we are sexual beings and we have sexual needs. And, it doesn't mean that I don't cringe sometimes. I go, oh my God, I can't believe I shared that on my podcast. But that's the fun of it. We're not making anybody feel bad. We're not trying to shame anyone and make anybody feel like, oh my God, I overshared. It's really about relating as women and friends and people and just talking.
Was there a moment where you're on the podcast, you spill something and you're like, oh, shouldn't have said that?
Oh yeah, many a times. Many a times. But I think that's the fun of it. I said it was going to be no holds barred, and that's exactly what it is. And whether it's my girlfriends or my guy friends or Andy Cohen, if you come on the show, you better spill it.
I love it. Okay, speaking of sex, I mean, it doesn't have to be speaking of sex. This was just my segue into your dating life because you also are very open about that. I know, a little segue
well, there's
there.
Nothing to report.
There's nothing. Garcelle, you look too good. You're having a hot girl summer. There's no way you have nothing to report.
I don't have anything to report right now. Am I having fun? Yes. Am I dating? But there's no one person that I'm like, I'm not claiming anybody at the moment.
At the moment. Okay. But there are maybe some fish in the sea that you're like,
Maybe there's some fish in the sea. Yes, Lauren.
what would you say would be your perfect guy?
Hmm. My perfect guy would be, I mean, handsome. Everybody wants a handsome guy, right? Or I think he's handsome. I want someone with integrity. I want someone who's got their own life. I want someone who wants to have fun and is sexual and will let me be truly who I am and go on this journey and love my kids and buy me gifts.
We need gifts. Always the gifts.
Buy me gifts. Yeah, in essence.
You need the gifts. Now, going back a little back to the taboo topics, plastic surgery sometimes also can be a taboo topic. And I thought it was really interesting last night on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that you did bring it up, the nose jobs. And, some of the ladies were kind of uncomfortable about it. They were like, what? But do you ever find yourself kind of feeling like you have to keep up with them? Or, you also are this big host on The Real and also in Hollywood in general.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't feel like I have to keep up with anybody. I've never had Botox. The only thing I did recently is I had my implants taken out because I had them for a long time and they were, it wasn't healthy for my body. So that's the only thing I've done.
That's a trend. I've actually talked to people in the past where celebs saying that, they just feel a lot better without them.
Yeah, I mean, we had to put something, otherwise we were going to look like ski slopes, and nobody wants that. I'm single. But it wasn't healthy. It wasn't healthy for me, and I didn't want to go under the knife. I don't like to be put to sleep. So that's one of the reasons why I stretched it out, and it was way too long. So I feel much better, and I have eczema, and I feel like that's gone away. I haven't had a huge bout. So I really do think that was affecting my body, internally.
Well, you look great. Like I said, you look so great. And I do want to ask about The Real. I feel like you're loving it.
I love it.
You love it. You're glowing. You're the perfect person for a co-host of that. It's just so fun to watch you. You share really insightful opinions. So I'm glad to know that you're also loving it.
Yeah, I'm loving it. First of all, I love the women. I think it's great that we're all women of color, but we have different opinions and different ideas and different perspectives. And we disagree respectfully. But I really feel like this is what I would do for free. I hope they're not listening, the network. But that's all I've always wanted to do, even before acting, even before even modeling, that I wanted to be in the entertainment business and hosting journalism. That really is what's been on my bucket list for the longest time.
Well, you're really good at it. So.
Thank you. I like to talk.
You love to talk. So no, that's great. And then before I let you go, I just want to ask about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Go for it.
Okay. But I do want to know, so we had you on Housewives Nightcap a couple of weeks ago, and then we had Dorit and Kyle, and we talked to them. And they both said, we asked them who was the one that was acting the most this season, and both of them said you, which I was shocked about. I was like, my girl Garcelle, no. But now I want your reaction. Now that I'm like, okay, I get to talk to Garcelle now, I want her reaction.
Listen, they're entitled to their opinion. I know who I am. Everybody who loves me knows who I am, and that's all I'm saying.
There you go. That was a mic drop.